Spoiler alert, I still don't think I have an answer to this question. So I started my own business in 2011. In 2012, I got to a point where I was like, I want to check out the creative world. Yeah, at the time, pretty much everybody was like, that means go to San Francisco. And I was like, well, that makes sense. So I'm gonna go to San Francisco. I decided to just go for a week to just check it out and sort of hang out in this creative environment. It was actually timed pretty well because the following week I was going to VidCon in LA, so I just thought, oh, I'll just spend all this time in California, get super hyped, creative, excited about my business, excited about life. It'll be awesome. So awesome. So this was particularly different for me because I really needed to kind of hear and see what other people were doing to kind of re-energize myself. You got to the 1 year mark and you're really trying to figure out who you are, what you're doing, if your purpose is still the same, how you can continue to grow this thing and stay excited about it. So the funny thing is that this story has nothing to do with business. I was sitting at this happy hour with a bunch of people one night and sitting next to somebody whose company had just had some huge multi-million-dollar Series A investment. Chatting, getting to know each other, and talking about, you know, like all the things that we do to work on our businesses and continue to get better and continue to find ways to make more money and things like that. And he asked me this random, super random question that has continued to completely freak me out for the last 4 years. He said, what is it that you do in your spare time? So after about that long, I kind of just looked at him and I was trying to figure out why he asked me that question. That's all I could really think of was like, why would he ask me what I'm doing in my spare time? Once you've started a business about something that you're super passionate about and you've only been in it for about a year, you're starting to navigate some areas that you might not know as well as some other areas, but you're still pretty amped about what you're doing. And when you're running your own business, you don't think about a whole lot of other things. Maybe family, maybe if you're starting a business on the side of a full-time job, you have to think about your full-time job a lot. But because my business started as a side hustle, which literally means it takes up every minute of all of your spare time, and then it became my full-time position, then it also became up every waking moment of my life in addition to my spare time. I just thought, wow, that's so interesting that I might have a hobby. Because this thing that I started was originally a hobby. And then I turned it into a business, so it technically wasn't a hobby anymore. So it's not a hobby, so I don't have a hobby anymore. So spare time, back spare time. Also, I'm looking at this guy. I couldn't figure out if he was asking me this because he wanted to live vicariously through me, or he actually had figured out how to grow a successful business that had been invested in and also had the ability to do things in spare time. Found spare time. Like it was in between the cushions in the couch. Oh, I found some spare time. Even if I found it in that couch, I don't know what I would do with it. So since then, it's actually kind of bugged me that I don't have a whole lot of things I do outside of business. I think it's a good thing. I have found a way to do so many things I like to do and make money doing it. Travel, speaking, making videos, great. Ooh, what if I did something that got me nothing in return except for unadulterated joy? I suppose that's what this is. Okay, if I'm digging like real deep here, reading books feels like a hobby, but I'm always trying to find a way to turn it into content, which is why I talk about books here on this channel, or why I wrote a book, or why I started a book club. So I keep like scratching things off my own list because I can't figure out how it's not incorporated into my business somehow. Reading magazines, totally not digital age at all, but they're a treasure trove for content ideas, so I feel like I'm working when I'm reading them, even though I am totally enjoying it. I can't say walking the dog because as much as I enjoy a little bit of fresh air every once in a while with her, that is my job as a mother, so that doesn't count. Brunch with my friends, because brunch not with my friends is just Sunday morning videos here at Savvy Sexy Social. See, I've turned everything into work. Somebody get me some help, honestly. Social, do you have a hobby? Do you do something in your spare time? Is there something outside of work or your business or whatever it is that your full-time life is that gives you the most joy? Please share in the comments below. Give me some ideas. Should I pick up piano lessons again? Thanks for hanging out with me today as I just sort of like brain dumped a funny story that I was thinking about to you. I appreciate you hanging in there with me. I'm getting on a plane tomorrow, so I was just trying to have another like mellow moment at home. I chose to have that with you. I'm headed to Portland, Maine tomorrow to speak at Agents of Change, so I'm very excited about that. Even more excited to get back here and cuddle with the beagle once again. She's already off to Grandma's house. She misses me a lot, I can tell you. I can feel it. That's all for today's socials. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it as always. Subscribe for good vibes because y'all were into that last time. And I will see you on the next one. Until then, cheers. This one's gonna be a hot mess. I don't know if this is gonna